Hey, what's going on, people? It's J.Good of Str8OutDaDen.com. I'm on the line right now with Human. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. What's up?
Hey, I'm good, brother. I appreciate you calling in and taking a little time out your day to talk with us.
I appreciate the opportunity, man.
Hey, no problem. First thing I want to talk about is the record that drew me to you. It's the Human Off the Chains record. That the production on it, number one, man, is amazing. Like the soundscape and everything of it made me feel like I was actually in the movie Django Unchained. If people don't know, number one, how did that movie inspire you to make such a great record like you did? And just answer that one.
Yeah, just kind of like after I left the movie, it just really inspired me, really to kind of channel the concept of breaking off connections to any type of servitude or any type of confinement.
Mm-hmm.
And just personally for me, I felt the desire to be liberated and free. And sometimes when you're trying to free yourself, people that are trying to hold you down, it can be a real aggressive, violent altercation. And I kind of got that kind of that spirit, by any means necessary, of breaking away from the chains of confinement. And I just thought that that movie really embodied that whole spirit, and that imagery really inspired me, man.
Yeah.
So I hooked up with my boy Eric. He shot me a couple tracks over for my new project. And this one particular beat, man, just put me in the mind of that era, kind of. And I had heard this Malcolm X speech. I was like, yo, it'd be dope if I could, bring Malcolm and that whole concept of the house Negro.
Yeah. It did work. It worked great, man. And the one thing that I got from it was, like you were saying, was really utilizing your freedom of speech in the record and breaking all the social norms of making a record. That's what I really appreciated about it. And especially right now, yeah, no problem. Like right now during the time where, people, I don't know if it's people are scared to make, thought-provoking records or what, but there's so much, there's just no thought in records anymore. It seems like people just kind of say the first thing that comes to their mind, and they try to make a record that what they think people would like, but there's no thought provoking. And that's what I really appreciate about your record.
Yeah, it's kind of like in the industry, it's kind of like a plastic, real synthetic feel to it. And I kind of wanted the song to organically express that feeling I felt when I walked out the theater, and it's the feeling I felt, when I revisited the concept of transatlantic slave trade and the whole concept of, liberation.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted the track to really organically, breathe that, and also have it be a little shocking and a little jolting, because some of the lyrics are very aggressive,
Yeah, it is, man. But at the end of the day, it's that record that is gonna make you think. Just similar to the movie, the movie caught a lot of flack for the N-word that was used, and my whole opinion on the movie itself was that people had to remember that it was a time period piece, and during that time period, that's that was what was said. You know what I mean? Like that's how people were treated during that time. And I think a lot of times people kind of, they wanted to say, I guess because it was Quentin Tarantino, people wanted to make a bigger deal out of what it was for the movie. But I think during that time, people kind of lost the meaning of what was behind the movie and what he wanted to showcase. And, making a record that was such a great parallel to the movie like that. I mean, were you faced with any challenges like that, or were you more so like, I'm just going to make the music and let it speak for itself?
I mean, I was faced with a few challenges, when I initially wrote the first verse. The last part of the verse, I did make mention of Barack. And, there was some interest in me making a modification to that, but, I kind of wanted to speak to the concept of having, slave masters that will sometimes push someone that looks like you in the forefront for the purpose of deviating you from the path of liberation. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to say that Brother Barack, our president, is, a house Negro, but, I did want to kind of speak to the concept that if you were a representation of that, then, even he would be met with by any means necessary.
Gotcha.
And I want the language to be very aggressive, and it's just art, it's symbolism. Even the Quentin Tarantino piece, the violence and the gore in it, is kind of like way over the top.
Mm-hmm.
And even the scenes where the blood is splattering out when the body is shot. I mean, it's completely unrealistic, and I think that's what he was shooting for. In my lyrics, it's over the top. You know what I mean? But it was shooting more so artistically for the concept that liberation sometimes can be a very sticky, dirty, aggressive, violent altercation, violent exchange. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Now, this record here, will it be on the upcoming project that you're working on right now, or is it just a record that you threw out there as a buzz?
Well, no, it's definitely gonna be a part of my second EP.
Okay.
It's just one of those statement makers, and it's just, to me, it's just real hip hop at its core. Hip hop.
I agree.
It's supposed to create some type of thought-provoking interaction, and I think that track definitely does that. You're gonna really love it, or you're gonna really hate it. And to me, that's like essence. That's like a telltale sign of good art. If you can get that type of emotion out of people.
Definitely. Hey, it's J.Good of Str8OutDaDen.com. I'm on the line right now with Human. Now, we've been talking about his record, Human Off the Chain, and also his upcoming project. Is there a title for the upcoming project as of right now, or are we still in the works?
Yeah, it's still in the works, actually, on the project name.
Okay.
But we should have an actual name. I should have an actual name probably here shortly to be available. I'll release that here soon.
Cool, man. And as of right now, will the tone be more along what we heard from the record, the Off the Chains record, or is it, you going in a different direction?
Well, I kind of like the sound of hip-hop scene right now, especially East Coast, is kind of like a real Renaissance sound.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of an amalgam of the older sound of the mid to late 90s, and with some of the lyrical and rhythmic approaches being more new school. So I think my album will have those elements in it. The next EP will have those elements in it, but also it's going to have some production that's probably a little more, new school, for lack of a phrase for it. But yeah, my last project had a real revolutionary tone to it.
That's the
my last project was
the Dissonance EP, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And I had a song called Fight on there, which had a kind of like a revolutionary tone. And I think what's always going to be a part of my art is the concept of, being the voice of the little guy,
mm-hmm.
and kind of speaking to the concept of elitism. There's a lot of talk in my music about the Illuminati, which sounds real conspiratorial, but it's more so speaking to the concept of elitism, of a few very powerful, influential, that sometimes can take their power way too seriously. So I think my music will always kind of exhibit some type of rebellious pushback to the overstretch of power and elitism. And I think I always have that. So I think my new project, it will have that tone throughout. And I think Human Off the Chains is, for me, I felt was a perfect start to the next project.
Gotcha. Now, the one thing I wanted to ask you was, being from Indianapolis, how was the hip hop scene there? Because I don't hear too much from that. I heard, you hear Gary, Indiana, and immediately it always was the Jacksons. But as of late, Babyface Killer, he's there, and he's really brought hip hop to the forefront in that area. But how about Indianapolis? I rarely hear about hip hop from that area.
Here in the city, there's a lot of great talented artists. I just think it's a real small market, and we're kind of in our growing pains, especially learning how to operate within the realm of new media and just building bridges. But there's a lot of great artists here in the city of Indianapolis and the state. I got a shout out to G. Scott over in Gary and Freddie Gibbs over in Gary. You had a little movement coming from Gary in the hip hop scene, and even here in the city, my management company is a million other things, and we're creating a new buzz and a new movement here. So I think I'm real hopeful about Indianapolis, man. I'm hoping in the next year or so, you'll hear more about us, and we'll be able to showcase the talent that's here in the city. I love Indianapolis, man. It's been good to me.
Yeah.
I'm from Atlanta, though. I moved here about 8 years ago.
Okay. We're out of Atlanta now, man. Whenever you're down here, make sure you stop by and holler at us, man. Yeah.
Yeah, DeKalb County, man. DeKalb Mall. I can go right around there, you know what I mean?
Okay, cool, man, cool. Well, it's J.Good at Str8OutDaDen.com. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Str8OutDaDen. That's STR, the number 8, OUTDADEN. And Human, while we're at it, could you go ahead and give us your, Facebook, Twitter, all of that information?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at HumanIII. That's at HumanIII. And you can hit me up on Facebook. My like page is Human. And that's where you can check me out and get the music. You can download my first EP on Bandcamp for free.
Okay.
And it's Dissonance. So if you just type in Human Dissonance on Bandcamp, you can get my last project.
Got you. Well, hey, I do appreciate you calling in, man. We had a great time, and I learned a whole lot about you. But before we get out, there's one thing that I like to do when I end our phone interviews, is if you could just grace us with a couple of bars, man. It can be something written. It don't have to be a freestyle. We just want to hear you rap.
Okay, I'm ready. Brace for the impact. Lyrically, every bar spit is syntax. I can still tell you dudes is whack. I come through, pull triggers like I'm pulling the Mac. Most dudes get scared because they want to give me flack. I come through spitting bars, homie, this is real rap. Niggas say I'm so dope, Negro spit bars black. Everything I say to y'all dudes is well intact. Throw the ball like a quarterback. If I don't throw the ball, run like a running back. Guaranteed I move too quick, I'll never be sacked. Y'all dudes is whack. I'm going to show you dudes how to drop these bars. Illa when I spit bars, homie, I'm a real star. Spit bars so sick like I spit saws. Invade dudes when I talk about the game. Come through, blah, blah, show niggas to be lame. The lyrics I give you dudes spit bars plus verbs. Most dudes only have to smoke herb when they talk about what's absurd. Put half of you MCs to the curb. It's real talk when I move when you dudes. Lyrically, spit bars too smooth when you dudes. Y'all dudes talk, I walk, y'all bark, I bite. Illa freestyle, homie, spit it off the top, don't write. Everything I drop on you dudes is way out of sight. Everything I drop on you dudes, squint your eyes, homie, my bars are too bright. Shine on you dudes, I rhyme on you dudes, divide lyrically and multiply on you dudes. It's real talk when I move on y'all. Human in the building, my niggas, y'all dudes is frauds. So cold spit lyrics, man, my game don't fall. Everything I drop on you dudes, I'm better than y'all. Run from the law, blah, blah, one drop. Knock niggas down when I hit their jaw. Destroy dudes in every single level. Kill bars with the bass. Drop lyrics over trouble. Nobody in this fucking industry is even close to my level. Revolutionary hip-hop, shoot the new world order. Tell these dudes get back. Everything I order, everything I drop so easy, y'all need me like fucking water.
Hey, and that's how you end it, man. Hey, it's J.Good at Str8OutDaDen.com, man. We out.